Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing today? Welcome to Use Reviews and Grow. It is burning up out here. I want to say it's about 95-ish, 96-ish. What do you think the temperature is, sweetie? 90. I think it's supposed to get up to like 90 something. But whatever it is, it's that heat that just makes you want to not move a muscle and just sit back and say, oh my gosh, a nice cold glass of lemonade would be perfect about right now. I wanted to show you a strategy that I use concerning grass because, you know, we like to do compost around here and we like to use our grass as a mulch to some degree. Well, we have a pretty nice sized yard. It really doesn't matter how big your yard is, to be honest with you. If you can handle and be patient and allow your grass to grow without cutting it every week, you can have a good system of a good mulching system with your grass. Now, if you're one of those type guys that you got to have your grass manicured, and it's got to be like, lined up, you know, you spraying weeds and you spraying it with some weed killer to kill off the crabgrass and the other weeds and stuff like that, this might not be for you. Yeah, because the grass isn't going to be pretty. It's not going to be manicured. Now, I will say, I do keep my front yard. I try to manicure that as much as I can, the front yard. But the other yard, my side yard, all this down here, this is all on the side of the house right here. I don't care if that grows a foot. So what I want to do is just lengthen, just let it grow I won't cut it for a good 2-3 weeks. Now, this isn't every time. This is just so I get enough grass and then I mow it on a regular basis. And then when my grass runs down, then I let it grow for 2-3 weeks. And then I cut it, rake up the grass, get a nice pile of grass, and then I cut it every week, you see. So it's not like you're doing it every single time. Let me show you what we've gathered. This is just the other day of cutting it. I let it grow for a good for about 3-4 weeks. Because it was raining pretty much every day. And this is what we got. This is the amount of grass that we were able to rake up. That's the amount of grass we were able to rake up. That right there is a good 3 to 4 weeks of not mowing, then mowing and raking it up. Now I will say, it will clog your whatever you're using. It will, because it's a lot of grass that you're cutting. It's a lot of grass that you're cutting, and more than likely the grass that you're cutting down at the roots is going to be, or down at the lower parts is going to be somewhat wet. So it will take a little bit more of your lawnmower, a little bit more gas, a little bit more wear and tear on your lawnmower, but it ain't going to destroy your lawnmower, okay? But yeah, this is it right here. All this good grass right here. And what we'll do with it is we'll use it as mulch. That's what we'll do. So whenever we need some mulch, good googly moo, the handle on this thing is hot. Whew. See how hot it is out here? I just wanted to do this quick video and share with you some ideas on how you can obtain some mulch. We'll use that grass to not just mulch beds, but we'll use it to mulch around plants. I'm going to use it to mulch around this grapevine down here. Now, as far as it being a weed stopper, it's not the best. It will work, but it's not the best, okay? When grass gets wet, it will get matty. It'll start matting up. And it'll look, it'll start laying flat. So that will hinder grass from growing, but it's not the best, okay? It's not the best. What I would do It's probably get some cardboard and put the grass on top of that. Wet that cardboard real good, soak it real good, and then put grass on top of that cardboard so that you have a whole breakdown process going on. That's the best bet. That's your best bet. But if you only have grass, you don't have cardboard, it would be fine to put a nice, good amount of grass around whatever it is you're trying to mulch in the beds, and just spray it down real good. Get that grass real nice and wet so it starts to mat up, if you will. So if you don't have mulch and you don't have, the money to go out and buy bags of mulch, you got a whole factory of mulch in your yard. It's just a matter of being patient and cutting your yard strategically to get all the grass, rake that grass up and use every bit of it. What this also does is when she sprays it with water, it will keep the moisture. That's what mulch does. It keeps the dirt that's underneath it, it keeps it nice and moist instead of drying out so fast. So this grass is perfect for that. See how it just mats down like a blanket? And it will keep all that moisture underneath it nice and moist. What do we got going on there? Looks like we got an eggplant coming up right there. Yep, right there. If you can see that. So we'll put down some more grass and then wet it. Yeah. Oh, and guess what? I'm over here at the compost bin, and while I have you, check this out. Now, this is the compost bin that are in the that I showed you in the previous video. We haven't touched any of this. Okay, we haven't touched a thing. We already got tomatoes coming up. Look at that. Look at those beautiful tomatoes down there. They're getting nice and ripe. We haven't done a thing to this. I mean, zero, nothing. It's just all coming up out of this compost that we have down in here. And of course you see the winter squash already, and they're doing great. But as you can see, all this stuff is starting to die back. It's starting to die back. So that tells me that it's pretty much getting out of its life cycle, which is good, because all this stuff, when it dies back, we're going to throw it right back in there and let it turn right back into mulch. So it's actually a cycle that's taking place within our mulch container. It's just a matter of being patient. Now, I will say the tomato seeds, there's still going to be some in there. So the following year, it's going to be another cycle of all this stuff growing right back up. It's going to die down, and we're going to put it right back up in here. So I guess the question is, when do we actually get the compost from this pile? Well, we can't get compost. Well, we could get compost right now. We would have to dig through it and go through all the roots. And we got a screen that we could actually filter the compost through, because the dirt underneath is good. Underneath all this plant and all this vegetation, the dirt is great. The compost is great. So we could actually dig down in there, get some compost, screen it, put it through the screen to weed out all the stuff that we don't want, or it's not broken down yet, and use that. Or what we could do is wait. When all this stuff dies, we throw it back into the compost in the winter time. Fall and winter, it's going to break down. The winter time, the snow will fall on it, push it down, cause it to break down a little bit more. Of course, it'll be cold, so it ain't gonna do all that much breaking down, but that snow will pack it down. Okay. Then in the fall, in the spring, early spring, we'll come out here. I'll grab the pitchfork, toss it around a little bit, see where we are, assess it, knowing that there's seeds in there, and then the cycle continues. Now, so we're not going to get a great deal of compost. I'll add maybe some food, some wood chips. When I say food, I'm not talking about food that will attract animals. I'm talking more of carbon type stuff, because all this stuff is green. It's all nitrogen stuff. So I could add some carbon stuff. It may heat up a little bit, but it probably won't heat up a lot because the pile really isn't, the pile won't be that big. You know what I'm saying? So it probably won't heat up all that much. If anything, maybe a degree or two. But that's pretty much it. So I mean, to get compost out of that, we got to go through that and dig down through that. And to be honest with you, this thing is a producer. We got winter squash that will keep us for the year. I know there's at least 10 to 12 squash on this, all in this. There's at least 10 to 12 squash in this. And we're already seeing tomatoes. So we got tomatoes in this too. And we've done nothing to it. We haven't touched it. No fertilizer, nothing. We just left it alone. And so it's producing food for us too. So, which is a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys with the grass, because you have, like I said, you have compost, or not compost, yeah, but you got compost, you got mulch growing in your yard. Use it, take advantage of it. If you live in one of those HOAs areas, you may not be able to do it, because you know how people are in the HOAs. They got to have everything in their own little unique and detailed way. You know, we live in an HOA. But if you live out in the country, or you live out in whatever, you only got but so much land, you know, it doesn't matter how much land you got. What matters is the amount of grass that you can allow to grow before you cut it, that you can take those grass clippings and use them to make mulch and compost out of. So it doesn't matter how much land you got. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Thank you guys for taking the time out y'all's day to check out this video. I will holler at you guys in the next one. Before I end this video, I got a PS for you. When you're getting your grass, some of you may be tempted to put the grass in a trash can, or a bucket or barrel or something along those lines. Make sure water can drain out of it. Because if water gets in there with that grass and you allow that water to stay in there with that grass, ooh, it's going to stink. It's going to be a mess, okay? I mean, all you got to do is dump it out, but it's going to stink on you. You know, that water is going to cause certain things to take place. That grass it's just going to stink, and it's going to rot, if you will. We don't want it to rot. We want it to, we do want it to dry and kind of flatten and blanket. So if you are going to put the grass into some type of container, make sure the container has holes, or there's drainage, some type of drainage, okay? So that's what I wanted to say, and I am out.